I really am curious about who planted this pecan tree decades ago. Do you think they imagined that a church would worship God under these branches? I tend to think that the person that planted this beautiful tree didn't really know what it would eventually become. They didn't know what it would symbolize for so many people who come seeking God out on this farm and in this field. It was 2016 that God planted something in a handful of us. It was this belief that you and I were designed to be connected and that humans flourish when they are connected. Almost 8 years ago, we knew that God was leading us to plant something. And so, as we pause and we look back and think back over the years, we really see real people in this young church who've experienced the real and restorative hope of Jesus Christ.
From the very beginning, when we first came to Hope, we were just kind of overwhelmed with just how warm and receptive people were, how sincere they were. And not only did they say, let's meet for coffee sometime, but Allie Joe called the next week and we got together for coffee. And that just really impressed me.
I have grown in my faith at the Season of Hope by just seeing the different age groups that are there, the love of people, the caring, the message that is given. It's made me feel so much closer to God.
I feel like I've been around such mature believers at Hope. I've grown a ton in the way that I view Jesus, the way that I follow him, the way that I want to follow him has just grown a lot.
The Hope family has meant a lot to me. The love and the sharing that each and every person involved in the church has for one another is truly a spectacular thing to see.
From the very first sermon and very first service, I was blown away. I just felt the Spirit of the Lord in that field. I know we'll feel it in the new building, but just the presence of God and the messages have resonated with me.
The moments that I'm like, wow, I can't believe I get to be a part of a church like this are when we as a body come together to talk about really hard stuff and then also really light stuff. And we can grieve, but we can also laugh together. And it just really feels like a breath of fresh air. Of this is the church that I feel that the Lord has dreamed of.
Hope has always filled the voids of where maybe we don't have like our actual family very close. Hope's always been there for us, and no matter what we've gone through, our extended family's gone through, or just friends of ours, they've provided support or meals or just prayer, whatever we've needed.
We come to Hope on Sundays, it really sets the tone for the week for our family. We have young kids and things can feel very chaotic. We're all moving different directions. And when we come to church together and we're hearing the same message, that for our marriage, I mean, we're talking about that all week long. Well, I remember when whoever was preaching said this, and what did that make you think about? And we just talk, and I think for our marriage is strengthened just by being part of something like Hope.
In 1913, God called Oscar Pearsall and some others to plant this church that we're sitting in right now, Pearsall Memorial Presbyterian. And I'm certain that when they planted this church, that they had no clue what it would become 111 years later. So as we sit in this unrestored sanctuary, we really find ourselves at an exciting point in the life of Hope Community. We have dreams of restoring this sacred space, that it would one day become a training ground to increase discipleship opportunities for all ages and stages, that it would become a launch pad to equip and send servant leaders to influence the larger church, the workplace, neighborhoods, and beyond for Jesus. And then the third thing is, as part of our vision, is that it would be a base camp for ministry in our city. This is a strategic location, and it puts us in great proximity to our partners and to, I would say, our neighbors with great need. So if you imagine the new ministry opportunities that we'll have with these three initiatives, but also in this incredible space. We don't know what lies ahead for our church, but we do know the one who planted a seed in us almost 8 years ago. And it's the one who is leading us on this journey. And so we invite you to join us as we participate in the restorative hope of Jesus Christ for generations to come.